It's all gravy. It's all gravy.
All right. All right. Okay.
Hold tight. Let me make sure I got this thing working right. How's it? Oh, you back?
Yeah, I'm here.
How's the weather down there?
It's just been raining, and just been dark and raining the whole day. But
Really?
yeah, but I've been out here looking around and checking out some properties, though. Getting that car driving.
You've been driving for dollars today?
Yeah, just some looked at some stuff here. I'm trying to look for it, man. Trying to do what you say.
All right, we are here with Charles. What up? From time to time, I'm going to reference other people that are watching. Charles, hopefully we can get an action plan together for you today. If you want to come on the board with me, you can join my inner circle. I'm not going to go over any numbers with that, but I'll help you if you want me to. I'm here to serve. I'm here to serve.
I'm excited. Thank
Maria, we back. I just got off another webinar with my brother Charles, so I've been today's strictly YouTube.
Well, look, I'm glad, and I see we have a commonality. I see you do music or have worked in music, so that's really cool.
Yeah. So today, class, we are hanging out with Charles. What's your last name, Charles?
Matthews, Charles
Charles
Matthews.
Matthews. Now, give me a little bit of backstory on you.
I am a registered nurse, and
Good money.
yeah, and right now I'm a clinical specialist, and so I'm over North Carolina, Virginia, so I travel quite a bit.
Okay.
Um, last year I purchased a house, and I'm renting out my former house, and I start thinking of ways of okay, I'm able to save some money, but how do I create wealth? Because I'm
All
still
right.
the hamster on the wheel working.
Okay. I'm gonna just jot. You keep as you're talking. I'm gonna jot down notes so I can make sure I get what you want.
And so I'm looking at creating wealth, and I started speaking with a person, and they just said, "Hey, have you looked at multi-family units, apartment? That seemed like it's a hit now in real estate." And I said, "I'm apartments. Never thought about even looking at an apartment or anything like that. I've only heard
Okay.
about flipping homes. I've heard about that, but it was such a risk. It seemed like you to have money to do that, and to and I just it just real estate and that kind of thing. It just for some reason it didn't click. And then somebody was like, "But don't you rent out a property? You have a property manager?" I was like, "Yeah, I do. My own home. I just never thought of looking at myself as a landlord." And so I got to thinking about how do I have this talents, money saved up, and then I start, hearing yours and just finding YouTube videos talking about subject to. I said, and that's a way not to create so much debt, So that's where I am, and I started digging and really understanding that. And I started speaking to other investors. It was like, what is subject to? What is wraparound? And I'm like, but y'all been doing this, and they couldn't even educate me. They were saying just go get the loan and just call, get friends, get people to get the money together and just do it like that. And but the way you spoke, just that creative way that you don't have to look at one strategy. There are other tools and strategy, and that's what I want to learn. I want to be savvy, so I don't have don't meet with the seller owner and they're like, well, what do you know about this? And I'm just looking, kind of fish out of a water, because I think that's a big trust factor for them to allow you to do that with their home and to trust you. So how do I position myself where I'm trustworthy? And they might ask questions. Well, what is your business name? And so I don't know if you're doing it through a business name or did you come out like, my name is Chris Haskins and this is what I'm doing. So that's why. How do I position myself so I'm trustworthy and I'm a business professional, working as if I'm doing subject to or stuff like that. So
Hold tight. I gotta go get something for you. I'll be right back. Class. If you're just chiming in, this is gonna be so cool. I don't know if your brain gonna be able to take what we give. Your brain might explode. Oh
Let
my
it flow. I'm
Lord.
ready for it. I'm
I'll be
ready.
right back. You a nurse, you take care of yourself. Charles, sorry about that.
No, you're fine. Look,
All
I'm
right.
ready to learn. I'm ready to educate and learn. So, I have some autonomy. I have flexibility in my schedule. So I'm here to learn. I'm going to be obsessive in getting as much information I can.
How old are you, Charles?
I am 39.
39, okay. And you already own 2 houses.
Yes, I just got approval by a bank because I was told to do that, and so I got a approval, and they gave me approval for 450, and they said just depend on if I'm able to get the of course the 20% down payment, and they said they could do commercial, but I looked that way just to have that as an as another strategy, but I just really like the subject too. I think I don't know if you said it or someone said about finding a niche or trying to become an expert in certain things. So
You like that sub too?
yeah, I love that sub too. I've heard wholesaling. It's a lot of terms. You all have when y'all doing these podcasts or YouTube have certain terms that I'm still learning and trying to embrace and understand.
Insider knowledge, brother.
Yeah.
Insider knowledge. Shit only comes with time, man. So far, you've been living in the conventional world.
Yes. Yes.
How's it feel?
So
How's it
good.
feel?
Oh no, I'm looking at I feel like I'm looking at Morpheus right now. I'm going to take this this pill.
I should do that, man. I, class. I got to bring everybody up to speed. Everybody up to speed. I'm learning to slow down with my talking. Class. I am Chris Haskins, a local not local to you, but I'm a real estate entrepreneur. 1 second, y'all. Hey guys, dogs got to go pee. Let's go. Bubba, Pat, pause the TV. Let's take the dogs outside. I'm doing daddy daycare today. The dogs got to go outside or they will pee on my floor.
Yes, sir. We can't have that.
All right, I didn't want to forget that. Anyway, I'm a real estate entrepreneur. From time to time, people hire me just to kind of do a consultation, and that's what we're doing today with Charles to see if I can help him get him jump started just with the next hour. Hopefully, I can pour into you just to kind of get you thinking different ways. Is that okay?
That is great.
Class, if you got anything you want to chime in that will assist us in developing a quick action plan for Charles, please chime in the chat box over here on the right, and make sure you put your thank you. You want to see? You want to show them? This is what I got to deal with every day. This is his brother Charles. You can say hi.
Hello.
There you go. Hey, this is Morgan hanging out today.
Hello. I got a 3-year-old and a 2-year-old, so I'm just starting out this.
You got starting out that venture. We got this two of these little things here. Get up out of this house, cuz. Go. I want them dogs outside. You don't need to borrow the whole amount, Charles. I hate when these banks. First of all, let me start before we can get rocking and rolling. Lena, yeah, we're back. Hey, Lena. Maria, what up? Chris, I'll be working all day. I got another one at 4, bro. Yeah, wealth. You speaking some stuff that I love that we are not taught. We are not taught income versus wealth.
Yes.
I heard you mention that.
Right. And the thing is, the income, is done well, and that's where I've saw that leg of like, hey, the income, and I've done that. And I'm getting bonuses, and so, the checks are there, but I just notice a difference because as soon as the checks come, they're being depleted, and so if they're going to be depleted, I'd rather place it where I'm still going to see some type of return. That I'm just not out here it's not going through a dark black hole, but it's somehow being recirculated because it is currency. So it's going to be current, it's going to be moving, but I want to see that river come on through again.
There you go. There you go. All it is a river, man. You got to figure out where you fit in and start going down the river, right?
Yes, yes. So I'm here, man. I'm. You don't understand how super energized and energetic I am about this, and just it's palpable. I can feel it. So I'm ready to learn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you were talking about conventional. How do we get credibility? I can't miss that. I got something that's going to help with your credibility, brother.
Okay, great.
Chris, I see you, man. Thank you. Chris gave me a love offer, and I'm working, man. I'm working. Credibility. How do you build credibility? All right. First of all, income. So you kind of okay on the income side, right?
Yes.
Monroe, I see you, dog. Thank you, dog. Any questions y'all got, comments, put them in the chat box. We're going to get to all that stuff. Action plan for Charles. Good looking brother. How many children you got?
I have two
Two
children.
girls?
A boy that's going on 3, January 5th, and a little girl is a year and a half. So I would love to spend more time. I would love to, to have that freedom.
Yeah. What's your schedule, by the way, real quick?
I make my own schedule, so it's still a Monday through Friday, and I assist physicians in heart surgeries from North Carolina, Virginia, and so I'm over some clinicals, so I keep them trained, and I go evaluate them, and I assess the technology that the physicians are using. So my wife will get upset at me because I have this free time that I get. I'm in a car, so I'm driving. I'm able to be very flexible. So I'm like, now God said, now how can I use that time in my favor?
Wow, that's cool, man. That is cool.
Yeah. So to be able to go to Virginia, so I can look at properties all the way from North Carolina, Virginia, because I'm driving around, and I got to put some plan to not be a hamster on the wheel anymore.
All right, so income versus wealth. So you understand the cash flow quadrant? Do you know about this here?
I think with expenses, income, and
No, the cash flow. We'll get to that too. I'm gonna touch income a little bit on. That's where we get to our wealth and net worth.
okay.
This is going to be the cash flow quadrant. I'm not going to give props to the inventor because I don't even know who invented it, but Kiyosaki took it from the guy and made a book about it. But this is going to be the left side of the cash flow quadrant, Brother Charles, is employee, self-employed, investor, business owner.
Okay.
So on the left side, this is where your income is, right?
Mm-hmm.
On the right side is where your wealth is created and generated. You got me?
I got you. I'm following.
And the reason you're feeling like the way you are is because all of your cash, being a E and an S, is flowing from this side of the quadrant over to me. I'm just being real as I can because we can talk. I want to give it. I want to give it to you. Yeah, because I didn't get this until years later after understanding what the cash flow quadrant was. It took me 10 years to understand how it works. All right, guys.
The Great Dane.
The Great Dane's outside?
No, he pooped in the yard.
He pooped in the yard?
Yeah. Somebody pooped in your dog. Yeah, the Great Dane.
People, if you're watching this, clean up poop behind your dogs. It's so nasty. Clean up the poop behind these dogs. That's what I got to deal with, y'all.
And that's a good day. That's a good day to be able to, spend time, man.
Out. I'm going to be done here in about 40 minutes. Out. What can I do for you? You get a snack at 3 o'clock. Peace. Taylor, you can turn it down a little bit.
Okay.
Get up out of here. You can drink
Can I ride my scooter?
No, it's raining. Morgan, I'm teaching. I'm sorry, Charles. I'll be right with you, brother. If you want to get the dogs some water, they probably haven't drank anything.
Come on, Missy.
So the reason you feel the way you do is because I don't know, but the words you're using about income and wealth, I think you kind of live here.
Yes, employee. And what's the S?
Self-employed.
Self-employed. That's right.
Employee, self-employed, investor, business owner. This is where real estate falls. Real estate falls right here. Because real estate is a business and it's an investment. You can put money in your pocket, right?
Correct.
And you get to own it. And you don't even have to own the loan. Doesn't have to be in your name. You can own the asset, and so as I feel your brain turning more into mush as we get down to that, real estate allows you to buy it and not even qualify for the loan. So matter of fact, you're past that. You understand the concept.
Yes, yes. I understand the concept. I'm ready to hit the road running.
All right, so you got the concept. So the two houses you got now, you're on the hook for the loans, right?
Yes.
Now, are you getting cash flow on the? You live in one and you rent out one.
Correct. And the one I rent out is just paying the mortgage. It's no, I didn't even go. I just wanted to just to be able to pay the mortgage. I didn't even look at trying to make anything extra. I just was, hey, as long as you pay the mortgage, I'm fine.
That's fine. Yeah, I'm not gonna dog you out, man. You got that debt covered, is what you're telling me.
Right, right. But please dog me out because, like I said, this is new, and I didn't realize that there was money to be made. I just figured, well, hey, as long as they're paying that mortgage, and I'm getting equity, and it's paying it down. Good tenants, good property manager, great score. They've been in there going on a second year.
Second year. All right, that's cool.
Well,
I mean, if it's working, so your rent is what? What's your payment?
The payment for the townhome I had, it was like $1,050, and then they are charged, I want to say $1,150, maybe close to $1,200, and then of course the property manager take 10%. So I get maybe like $50 or something. It's not.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, you get negative when you talk. You're actually negative based on the repairs that you have to do.
Yeah, yeah, and good. I haven't made any repairs on it because it was built in 2008, so it's still a
You're good.
Yeah.
You got another 5-6 years before you have to do anything, probably.
Right, right.
I mean, I ain't mad at you, brother. At least you started, at least. And I was the same way when I first bought my one. My payment was $950. I could only rent it for $1,000. You live with it and you move on.
Right, right.
You got me? So now we're getting you out of the E. Now, this income in real estate is still an E, brother Charles. So I want to make sure I understand what you're looking for. Income in real estate is not building any wealth.
Makes sense.
You with me?
I'm with you.
I get to stand right here every day because every day I know every month I'm going to do X amount of real estate transactions based on my tenants depositing the money into the bank. You with me?
Follow.
It requires none of my time to be there. That's where our wealth comes in. So are you here or are you looking for income? So that's why I kind of need to see where you're
looking for wealth. I have the income. I went up that ladder, and I'm doing really well with income. I mean, the income, last year by myself, 160.
Okay.
This year be 200. So the income, but
praise God.
But it's still, that's not. It's just I don't feel like I'm in the wealth. Like I still feel like that hamster on the wheel. I don't want to do that anymore.
And we know why. No matter how, dude. I don't care if you make $500,000 a year, Charles. Yeah. All of your money, dog, is flowing over to me.
Yeah.
That's how the shit works. That's why you will never. The system doesn't work. That's not how it works. Are we on the same page with that?
On the same page.
It can. I've been where you at, dog. I'm like, can I just make another 1,000? Can I do another? It don't work like that, man.
Yeah. It really doesn't. It really doesn't. As much you make bonuses, you're getting taxed on that, and it seems like it's just
All right. Okay. So we're getting somewhere. Let me just check in with my family members real quick. Good gracious. Expert shipping. What's up? This is gonna be a good one here today, man. This is gonna be a good one. What's up, Russ? All right. So we need to focus on wealth. So that's why the subject 2 intrigued you.
Yes.
That's why subject 2 intrigues you. So because we'll get to our next thing. Conventional versus unconventional. And I'm presuming, I don't want to think for you, but I'm reading your mind and I see you saying, well, damn, if I'm going to go to the bank, put down 20%, buy another house, I can only do that X amount of times. Is that what we're thinking?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It came from you.
I've been where you at. You know, I can read your mind, man.
Yeah, it's that, you know, when you was talking, you said something key in a YouTube video. You was talking about why get in debt. You said some line about, you know, you're just putting yourself in debt, and you're begging. Why beg, you know, a bank or do that, and why not use that as negotiating power? You know, again with a seller. Hey, why don't I can put the money in your hand and do, and they don't lose. It's the kind, they don't really lose out of it.
Well, the thing is, what you are experiencing in your life, my brother Charles, is the question like, why isn't everybody doing this? Or why isn't everybody rich? Or why doesn't everybody exercise?
Yeah, yeah. I am. I'm just like, you know, I heard of the. I mean, I just been. And I spoke to other investors that subject to wraparound. What is? They said, and they even told me, and I had to get away from the negative things. Said, look, that stuff don't work, man. You know.
Oh, my Lord
And so I'm
God.
listening to you all. I said, I said, I got to speak to him one on one. Somebody's lying, or somebody don't have information. It can't be that the people that are doing well saying subject to, you know, you and David Lindahl and all these people saying, yeah, you can do that. And, so I'm about to, I'm kind of glad because I'm about to eat up properties like crazy down here. So I'm about to come eat them up. So
Plus that you have some capital, you can go in there, you can make your seller happy with a little bit of money, and then you taking over the debt and they gone.
Yes.
All right. So conventional, you were thinking, I'm just going to eliminate. I'm working backwards for you. We're eliminating this
Okay, good.
because the powers that be, Charles, I'm sure that you know, don't care whether you create wealth or not.
Right.
They are only going to approve you for so much financing until they're going to say, "Then you know that dude Charles, I don't like him no more. Let's hit a button."
Wow.
Are you with me?
I'm with you.
All right. It's happened to me. I've had the powers that be hit a button and take one of my houses before. I didn't like it
Oh
because I'd signed for that damn loan.
man. Yeah. Well, I knew you was gonna give it to me straight, and that's why I trusted to have a consultation with you.
Well, the thing about it is, one of my superpowers, and I'm just blessed. Nothing because of me is all to my Savior. One of
Yes.
my superpowers He's blessed me with is to be able to boil shit down to real simple terms.
Yeah. It's some things that you've said that nobody else has said that I knew you was being straight. A lot of people like to cover up the doo doo, but you go ahead and let people know there's some little doo doo in there, but you can cover yourself by doing some things. And everybody else didn't say that. Oh, just go out and just do it. And I'm like, no, man, it's some stink in somewhere. There's always a little stink that you can find, and you need to. And I need to be with somebody experienced that can mitigate the stink. I'm gonna fall into it, but it don't have to be as much, you know.
That's right. You're gonna mess up. You're gonna mess up.
Yeah.
This is cool. Okay, so if we look at in the book, I urge you. I'm creating an entire library on my website of books you can get, man. But Life in There by Steve Cook. He says whenever you go get a loan, when you see that word approved, everybody's happy. We're approved of the loan. Woo! You need to think about that as being enslaved. All right.
Wow.
Because whenever something happens, you have to make sure that that payment is going out the window. I'm excited to be able to tell you that, dude. I live in a house that I bought subject to, and my boy Eddie does too.
Mm.
If I miss a payment, or if I don't want to make the payment next month, you know, it doesn't affect my credit. It's not a big deal.
Right.
Not that I'm a
Yeah.
purposely damage my seller's credit.
Mm-hmm.
However, I didn't sign for the loan, so they can't come after me.
Mm-hmm. Right.
All right, so we got to get credibility. Why would someone sell you their home and leave? Is that where you're at? You're like, why? Who the hell? Why would they do that?
Yeah, and so that's why I came up with the credibility, because for me to teach that to anyone, which I'm finding a few here and there, is how do I position and how do I, again, you know, what if you had to say from your experience, what was some language and what are some things that you like? You did say to listen to them, and that's what I plan to do is listen. But when they turn it back on him and say, why should I choose you
Good
and not
question.
someone else?
Joe Blow down the street. The first thing is you have a warming personality. I can already tell. You know, I mean, being a nurse is not only about your skill. It's got to be about how you're making patients feel, no doubt.
Absolutely, absolutely. You're working with people that are maybe facing death, cancer, and they're scared to talk to the doctor, and they feel comfortable talking to a nurse. And you have to see people at the lowest point. I have to see people naked, see people in their most vulnerable.
They're vulnerable.
And you have to be able to handle that with and give them integrity and still show them respect and show ways that, hey, I can still clean you with respect. You close the door, do all the things that you keep their integrity even while they're sick, because they'll lose a lot of that when they have to come to a foreign place, another bed, people coming in. And so I have to tell the doctors, hey, at this time, I'm gonna need you to step in a little later because, they need some time. All those things. You're a patient advocate. So
wow,
it's been wild how to really talk with people and to make sure that they're valued no matter what.
Wow. So you're ahead of the game, dude. Wow, Charles, you are so ahead of the game regarding negotiating. You have to understand empathy, compassion, and humility, no doubt.
Absolutely.
So you got those mastered. Matter of fact, I got a video coming out soon. I just learned those 3 words. Yeah. Not thinking less of yourself, but thinking of yourself less. Putting the other person, putting them in the driver's seat, following them.
That's what attracted me to you. When you said those things, I knew that was who I wanted to model my business after, and I knew you, and I knew that was going to advance you more than anything else. It's just not treating people like a number, but treating people with integrity and value and empathy, and it empowers a person, and they will almost hand you the property over just like that if they just empower them. They just, hey, here, you can take everything, my house, my dog, my wife, everything. They won't even know what they're saying.
That just give me the panties. I'm just joking. That's the old Chris. That's the married Chris with kids Chris.
Hey, I get it, but it's people don't realize that if you just care for people, man, it's really powerful. So
you hit it. Just care. You know what's weird? People don't want to care. No one wants to listen, Charles. Everyone wants to just talk.
Yeah. Well, I'm here. I'm listening.
All right. So credibility. Why the hell am I do business with you every time, class? This is worth price of admission today. Every class before I make my offer, I'm coming in. You have to understand a concept called Dan Kennedy calls. You have to turn yourself. Just how we're talking right now. Mm-hmm. I have figured out a way to turn myself from an annoying pest to a welcome guest right in your house. So you welcome me into your house and you're willing to compensate me to come into your house right now, correct?
Correct.
All right, so we have to do the same for you when you go talk to your sellers. How do we do that? How do we turn you from being an annoying pest, which is that bug that's trying to get in your house, that bug, that wasp? Yes, sir. I'm finishing teaching. I'll be done in 30 minutes. Bubba, stop messing with me. I'll be up. Are you watching what you want to watch? Taylor, has she watched? Let her watch something now.
I don't want to watch this anymore.
Taylor, turn it.
No, we can watch what she wants to watch this whole time. This is what she wanted to watch. And now it's my turn, and I still don't.
Bubba, you can go in the back of the bedroom then. Go in the bedroom. You know. Let's go. No, you go live right here. Just turn it down. I'm sorry, Charlie. So that hornet, that bee that is hanging around your house trying to get in the window, we want to change that to where you open up the window, letting them in, right? So every time, dude, every time I do one of these deals, I walk in. I don't want to be an annoying pest. I want to be welcome. We come with firepower called a credibility kit class. Every time I walk in, I'm gonna show you these, dude. I mean, if you can see this, I've got a freaking. Can you see all these?
Wow.
These are people that love me. These are people that love me. I'm the previous owner of X. I like to take this time. I'll show it to you. Look, and I even have. I'll show you with my training. How do you get a referral from somebody? How do you do it? I never knew this stuff. So you type something up, and then you get them to hand write something, Charles.
Wow.
How powerful is that when you meet with somebody and they say, "Who is this Charles guy? I don't know. He seems a little shifty to me. I don't know."
Yes.
What's your last name? Charles Matthews?
Yes, Matthews.
You're gonna say, "Well, you know what? Let me tell you. I knew you were gonna ask that, Miss Smith. So let me just give you, dude. You're gonna lay them on the table. So I'm gonna show you. I mean, I've got them.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is our firepower, and you see their handwritten notes at the bottom.
Right,
This
right.
is our firepower when we go in to say. I'm trying to think if I can find one. Brother passed away from cancer. Chris helped me with the house. I mean, I could go on and on. You know, I can read them all to you, and I can show you. I can scan one, and so you'll have it.
Okay.
But this is the reason. It's really about, do they believe you? We can talk numbers about mortgage payments and insurance and power of attorneys and cover yourself letters and bankruptcy and all that.
Right.
At the end of the day, man, do they believe you? Do they believe you're going to do what you say you're going to do, period?
Okay.
And you already have, Charles. I mean, you, no doubt, the conversations that you have had with patients far outweigh a house.
Wow. Wow. Just never thought that would come in handy.
I'm asking you. I'm thinking about my mind the few times that I've been to a hospital, the conversations that are taking place, a lot more serious than losing a house, I would think. You go.
Yeah, yeah. The most serious, because I have to, within probably the first minute, I have to develop a rapport with that person for me to touch them. You know, I have to touch their whole body to do an assessment. That's not easy. You know, you're already sick, you don't feel good. So I have to develop rapport. I can't just walk in and take your clothes off and start checking you, which some doctors do. I'm developing that relationship. You know, what's appropriate? What can I do? I need to, this is who I am. And you get in
Wow.
conversations. I'm from a small town, and you talk with them, and
Yeah.
you have to do that. So I'm
Wow.
hoping I can transition some of that communication to, a seller, but you know,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Man, no, you got to be a man. How long you been doing this?
been a nurse.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2008. That's when I graduated. So
So 10 years.
it was a second career, and got into it. And but I love it. But I want more, more freedom, and just hearing you all. You don't have to be an investor just to be an investor. It can open up other avenues of things that you do like, but when you create wealth for yourself. And so
Yeah. Gotcha. All right. So no doubt you're a master communicator. I mean, so we got that covered. We got this credibility. So that's done. We got that covered, right? You want to know why would they do that? And then you got to have some magic words, man. Have you downloaded my free Subject 2 audio?
I didn't see that, but I'll look for that.
Let me give it to you. I'll give it to a bonus for the class too. So, what I did was I took an audio recorder in with me to one of my Subject 2 deals. And I recorded me talking to a seller. So class, this is a bonus for you today. I'm going to put it in the chat box right here at, I don't know, what is this, 30 minutes? Live negotiating audio. You can go there, Charles, and just whenever you got some time, just click on it and you can get. Dude, what happened was I used to train, I still do training people, but I mean, when I first started training, I get the same questions over and over and over. How do I do it? How do I talk? How do I talk? So I literally, dude, took a recorder into about 50 houses and I narrowed it down to the best 11, right? And the number 5 audio recording is a Subject 2 audio recording. And it's better than, what's up, Lassiter? It's better than having a camera, because when the camera's on when I'm in their houses, they don't really open up. But with that recorder, I can just set it on the table and we can go.
Okay.
So you get that audio, it'll walk you step by step how to do that. That's no big deal.
And that'll be on the Google hangout chat box or
Oh
something?
yeah, I can put it in the matter of fact. I'll put it in the video description too. Let me do that too. Thanks for reminding me that. Let me do that. I'm gonna put class. I'll put it in the. I'll put the subject to audio live audio recording in the video description too. Let me do that. It's a ninja negotiating number 5. Number 5. There you go. And this scroll, if you don't see it in the description, you're gonna have to find it in the chat too.
Okay.
But I can email it to you, man. I mean, no worry, you can get it. You'll get it.
Yeah, because I think right now all I see is you on my screen. I don't see a chat or anything else.
Yeah, what you have to do is find it in the chat too. Oh, you might not be able to chat when you live with me.
Oh, okay.
Can't do both. I don't know. Maybe. Remember? I don't know. It's in the description too. You might have to refresh your screen. Go to if you on the watch live page. Go to the refresh your screen so you can see it too. But anyway, you can get it after dog.
All right.
Do you need a business name? So where you're okay? So this is where I live, Charles. You with me? I live here, but it's not for. And I'm not good, bad, right or wrong, my brother. This is
Okay.
just where I chose to live because I got sick and tired of the banks throwing turning applications, doing credit report, tax return, turn all this application. I'm just done with it, But that's me.
Okay.
So you have to make a decision of what you say you do want to be here. So it's kind of like this is where the sub 2 lease option owner finance. This is that world here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Do you need a business name? Why would you? What are we using the business for? We talked about credibility earlier.
I guess to get some kind of I would say credibility, but to show that I'm working at the business. I think some people just like to see that you have a business name versus yourself.
Yeah,
So
that
I
could be.
don't.
You might be right.
That's the only way I see it as, and of course, down the line, of course, helping with accounting and putting all your stuff so your paperwork
That's
correctly.
true. That could be true. That's true. I'll go with you on that. I'm trying to think now in my business. Yes, we do have a business, but I got people on the street representing the business, which you're not going to have that starting out, which I didn't have it.
Okay. That's
I mean,
good.
I don't know. You're going to do it yourself. You're not going to be having people working for you, right?
I'm coming to you with that. I would love to start, and I was told that just like you may have to start by yourself, but you'll make those relationships and grow. But right now, I need to educate and learn as much as I can before I bring some folks in.
Yeah, that's my point. So, I mean, yeah, I would. I mean, if you want to get an LLC, yes. I mean, get it, but I don't think I don't think that needs to be okay. Usually on my sub 2 deals, brother. Usually, man, I'm gonna give it to you raw, man. These people could care less. The people that you're dealing with, they want to know what can you do for me today.
Wow. Okay.
What can you do for me today? And you, Charles, are gonna say, well, I know what I can give you X. Usually they don't care. I'm just saying generally speaking, but sometimes, yeah, they want to see a business card. They want to know who you work for. But I mean, usually when you say, listen, I'm gonna give you $2,000, which if they're the people I deal with, they're going to foreclosure next week. I might have to stop the foreclosure. We might have to negotiate with the foreclosing attorney. I mean, so much stuff could be going on at that time. So it's really about what you can do for them, man. But yeah, get it. I mean, if you want to get your business, I'm not mad at it. But I don't think it's gonna matter. The people you're dealing with are people that on the sub 2 side, they want to know what you can do for them.
Okay, duly noted.
Yeah, and that's going to be created by can you do it with these referrals.
All right.
So yeah, business thing. I say get it if you want to, but I say that's optional. All right, we got credibility now. This is the path you want to go. The way you're going to do that is through unconventional houses. You're not going to worry about going to the bank. see your business name. You're not when you buy the houses, dog. You're not going to put them. You're going to put them in a trust. Let me rewind. You do whatever you want. We put them in a trust. I put them in a trust. And I mean, I can show you all that stuff if you want to learn it.
Oh, I want to learn it because I did hear that you saying about don't put it in your name and just put in a trust, and that's another way of covering. So yeah, oh yes.
All right. So that's I mean, I can show you to do that because we don't want you to. I don't want you to take title out of the seller to your company because then I could trace who the managing member of the company was, right?
Correct.
So yeah, we can do that too. I mean, we got all those docs. All right, so that you're gonna take title sub 2, put it in a trust. You own it. You take over payments. You rent it out or do lease option, and get rents, get a down payment, and move on to the next one. Is that where you're at?
That's where I'm at.
Gotcha.
I want to live right there.
All right. Uncle Rich to lease option. It's crazy because I just did one of these with the brother Chris and Monroe. Just did one of these last month. We got $20,000 down payment. I've got one where I only got $3,000, but still, I mean, still down payment,
Right.
Sub 2, sell lease option, owner finance. Okay. And you have money. I mean, shit. I'm so happy that you're not worried about your cash flow issues.
Right.
That's what makes me happy for you because you don't have to worry about the majority of people I meet are trying to get in wholesale so they can get some quick income so they can pay their bills. I'm like, I don't know, man. It's a lot more challenging.
Yeah. And that's why I feel comfortable talking and feeling a little bit more free to use it because I have something to. But I don't want that to be a handicap because then you feel like, oh, well, I got some, and that'll make you fall in the trap. So I want to act like, what if I don't have it? So that's the approach I want to have, is to minimize me having to dig into all I have and start out just like if I didn't,
Yep. The Millionaire Next Door talks about that. The Millionaire Next Door talks about creating a false environment of lack. Creating a false environment of lack where you're tricking yourself. I gotta do it every day. I gotta my wife is like, we paid for the cruise for whatever. I'm like, yeah, we did. I'm focusing on the dollars coming in today. She's thinking about how we gonna spend them. And you married, I can only imagine that you have some stories too.
Man, I got too many. That's another podcast.
Yeah. You worry about spending them. I'm like, yeah, I need to bring them in.
Right. I got you.
So I'm saying I have to create, the Millionaire Next Door says, create a false environment of lack so you don't get comfortable in your current cash flow situation. So yes, for you, dog, we can, my favorite, the best sub 2s are the ones that are going to foreclosure soon, or they're behind in payments 3-4 months. But you got to be willing. Hey, Beezer, you're back. You got to be willing to put the effort in to locate them, man. If we can do text message, the voicemail blast. I personally love to do door knocking, man. We go door knocking all the time, dude. I'm right in front of your door, but it's not for everybody. So the purpose of today was not to put a whole strategy together because I consider real estate like brain surgery, brother.
Mm-hmm.
You have to educate yourself. You make mistakes. You go in, and you can't learn this stuff in one setting, brother.
Okay.
It's going to take time, man. Interfacing, and then we have different negotiating strategies. You got to learn how to negotiate. I mean, it's no reason to give you any lead until you know how to negotiate, Charles. You don't know what the hell to say to them.
Right. That's where I'm at.
So we can do that. I've got several different products that I'll offer you, man. And right now, I think for the next few weeks, we need to get you kind of acclimated to the words to use when you're talking to sellers. Because I would hate for you to get all these leads in and then you just don't know what to do with them.
Okay.
So yeah, we can do that. We got Obviously, I've got all the documents you need. So I mean, we can come up with something that'll help you, brother. But I would say, what city are you in?
I'm in Burlington, but it's right between Greensboro and Raleigh, North Carolina.
So where are you going to attack? What market do you want to? I don't know what.
It would be in the Greensboro, that's Guilford County. So when I studied emerging markets, there is a little town here that they're building like a $3 million chicken plant. So
A what?
a chicken plant. Yeah, they still do that.
But they grow chickens or what?
Yeah, that and kill them, and and that's where you get it from Food Line, Harris Teeter, these chicken plants where they house like 1 million chickens, and they raise them. I guess shoot them up with all kinds of steroids to make them bigger or whatever. But they building that plant in a small town. That's going to bring engineers. It's going to bring hospitality. That's bringing so many people there. So they're building that and in the first phase. So I'm trying to jump in that smaller area. There's some apartment buildings for sale.
Is it up now, or is it like close to the?
I think it's close to the end. They're like I think 3/4 of the way through. They've already got some people working there, but the influx of people they're about to hire, and they're about to build a battery plant nearby. So that's what I think is emerging market. That means a lot. Infrastructure has to cover those people, and those homes are a lot of just vacant, some stuff just sitting around there. So I'm trying to get there before a lot of little investors like yourself go there and sneak behind me and get it.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm glad you've been able to you've been able to identify what's going on in your market.
Yeah.
Hmm. Let me think. So I'm saying if you're gonna do that, yeah, I would, man. We just go out to pre foreclosures, brother. And pre foreclosures. Your most motivated people are the ones that are behind payments, dog. I mean, that's just how it works. The most motivated, because then you're gonna have to have some money, which you do have some savings. You can catch those payments up and get rocking and rolling with the new tenant.
Okay. And
So yeah,
I was gonna say, is that now when you locate these people, other than door knocking, do you do the monthly payment subscription for sale by owner and all these other sites? Do you have a list of sites that you look, or you just 80% riding around door knocking to find out?
Oh no. We know who's going in every city in the country, dude. There's a publication for foreclosures. Every city.
Yeah, I can't. So you don't go to the clerk of court, or you can find that list, because I was told you to go to the clerk of court in each county to get that list.
You can. You can. This is why I do these, because I don't think that there's a cookie cutter for everybody. Like a system that works. For me, it works for me knocking on the door, dealing directly with the seller. But it doesn't work. Everybody can't do that.
Okay.
Just like everybody can't send out a million letters or a million phone calls and then sift through them like that. Everybody's different, brother. So I like the high stress where the foreclosures next week. Let's do this.
Wow. Yeah.
So I don't know where you are with that type of situation. But yeah, I had to look at it all, man. I mean, we look at the whole snap picture and see. I mean, usually, brother, you should be able to get the majority of the data that you need off the internet.
Good.
Because every city has, by law, they have to publicize them somewhere. I mean, that's just how it works.
Great. Right.
Now things are changing. These fools finally have got hip to. They have got hip to. Oh yeah, this dude is saying, it's bad to eat animals. He's absolutely right. Healing through inspiration. You're right. I'm trying to get off this meat. Good God, that's the worst drug we're all on, is that meat.
Yeah.
But shit. Oh, every city. These finally. I don't know how old foreclosure is, but finally these fools have gotten it down to where they're doing some stuff online. Finally, because right now I have to literally walk when I buy a house. when I go to the auction, I gotta drive down to the courthouse, bid, or pay somebody to go bid, right? On at the foreclosure auction. But finally, they're kind of getting hit to the internet, and they're holding some foreclosure auctions online. Finally, So
Oh wow.
we'll see how that plays out in the next few years.
Okay.
All right. I think anything else you want me to cover, man? But I can email you some other stuff on how we'll look for that. But I see where you're at, man. Go ahead.
No, I think this is just really great. That's it. I think the referrals. So if, you have referrals that are from deals where you've been dealing with. Do you just have when you started and you didn't have the referrals? You have a story about, hey, I didn't have this and that, and was it just strictly you just having a good conversation, or can you tell a time where you made a deal? It's just you. You didn't have any of this stuff, and I just made it. And what was some? Any you got any story about that? That
Yeah, before I had my referrals, well, before I even knew what a referral was, I will say it was harder to close deals. But brother, let me read this one to you. They don't have to be from people that you bought houses from.
okay.
I got referrals here from friends.
Mm-hmm.
I got referrals here from family members. Chris is one of the real estate professionals that I know in my town. A lot of them are. I don't have them. I've got many more than this, but they're all on e-copies now because I just print them out.
Okay.
But I recommend you not to try to do it without a referral, my brother.
Okay.
But you can. I mean, it ain't like you're gonna lose. I mean, it's just easier. Get referral, dude. I can imagine. I don't know you, but I'm imagining you could go to work and be like, "Listen, would you mind signing this referral letter of reference?" I'm sure you know probably 10 people you would get referrals from just based on your character.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, that's be easy to do. Do you leave it with them? Like, is your expectation of that day when you meet to close a deal, or you think, or is it like, no? Sometimes it takes 2 or 3 meetings. That's my last question.
On a sub two?
Yes.
Well, let's rewind to the referrals so I make sure you know
Okay.
how to do that. You're gonna type the referral.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna say, hey, you're gonna say Charles is great. The guy, he walks on water. I mean, he speaks the truth. He never tells a lie. I love him to death. I would trust him with my kids, my dog. I let him watch my house. I let him use my car. All that.
Okay.
And then at the bottom, let them write. At the bottom of the referral, it says, "Here's you type this part, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you got their picture, would be nice too. You type that part. I'm gonna blow a man up." And then they write here, and he says, "Please describe in detail a specific experience that you are happy with Charles about, or a specific experience with Charles that you can share." The handwriting, and it ain't got to be about real estate. They can just say, "Charles is a great nurse. The man always comes on time. He leaves late. He does what he said."
Yeah.
You get me?
I got you. I got you.
Don't got, and the hardest part is doing it, dog. The hardest part is sitting down typing these referrals. But I'm telling you, dog, these joints are gold.
Yeah.
They're gold.
I can do that. I can do that. You type
Yes.
up a different one each time. Was it you do this?
It's something a little different. Yeah, it don't got to be. I mean, the people, they don't even read them. They're going to read the handwritten part.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you said, what did I do before I had the referrals? That's where we're at?
Know that what is your expectations? Do you if you're talking with them, is it like do you 80% of the time they say, well, let me look at these referrals and get back with you, or do you expect to kind of in that same meeting have some type of offer for?
On a subject too?
Yes.
You get a snack, Bubba. Go ahead. We talk about a subject too, right?
Correct.
Sharon, I'll get to the while the referrals are. Yeah, subject two, you never know, brother. It's like, let me tell you about one I bought. Shit, anyway. You never know. Sometimes, like I remember one time I had a house was vacant. I went over to the house, went inside. I found some pictures of the owner's parents.
Mm-hmm.
I mailed these pictures to them. They lived out of town. At first, they were like, "We're not going to do the deal." I went over there. I found some pictures. I mailed them. I just, out of the goodness of my heart, I'm like, you know what? They lived out of state. The house was empty, going to foreclosure. I went inside. They gave me permission to go inside. I saw this plethora of pictures of their mother and father, and brother. They had lived here in 20 years. I'm like, you know what? This would be nice for them to have a picture of their parents, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Mail that to them. A week later, they called me up. They said, Chris, we want you to have a house.
Wow.
So, I mean, it's really about, to me, what has worked for me. And I know you have all this virtual wholesaling. Did you get 2 bags or 1 bag?
One.
Oh, 1 bag. All right, peace. I know we're in a virtual world and cell phones and technology and all that. For me, it's just kind of like been a personal touch.
Yeah.
So when I'm going to meet somebody, it's like I'm moving as fast or as slow as that. I'm very good with, Tony Robbins calls it mirroring people. So if you're the guy, like sometimes I meet somebody, let's do this. What are we doing? Okay, let's write it up. Let's roll.
Yeah.
But usually people are like, I need to think about, you want to leave the loan in my name? And sometimes it's a dead relative's name, which doesn't matter if they pay their mortgage payment ever again, right?
Right.
But they still want their dead relative's name to be clean with that loan. I don't know why, but so this is what you got to deal with. But yeah, very rarely are they ready to do subject to on a first time.
Okay. Okay. I'm willing to learn and take my bumps.
Yeah, I mean, you got nothing to lose other than my mentor has done hundreds of these. My other mentor, Scott, has 80. He's been doing it since 1990s, never had a loan call. So I prayerfully know none of the banks will call my loans. I don't know.
Right. Right. That's all I have, man. Look, I really appreciate you taking the time. I know you're busy, and this is
Yeah.
enlightened me. This definitely inspired me, and this is what I needed. So I really appreciate it.
All right, I'm gonna stay on here. If you gotta go, I'm gonna stay here and answer a few questions, then I'm gone.
Okay, I'll listen.
It's time to get filthy. Chris gave me a love offering. Thank you. Thanks for what you're doing. Chris is closed another subject to deal with all my documents, and we can continue conversing after we leave about what documents you need or whatever, how much or little you want me to be involved with you, Charles.
Yeah, and I would greatly appreciate it. I don't want to reinvent the wheel, and so I'm just going to try to learn as much and do it. I think I'm in an area too, especially North Carolina. We got some emerging markets, and then we got a lot of foreclosures because of the towns, and a lot of people migrating from little small towns into the bigger towns.
I
Well,
agree.
somebody
I
has to
agree.
come with those properties, and some people are just trying to get rid of it. They're trying to be landlords, and they're tired of being landlords.
Yep.
And I'm finding quite a bit of them. But I want to make sure that I just don't take the property from them and make some type of a return on investment. And
Gotcha.
and do you carry around like a pocket calculator before you get there? Do you try to get information expenses, and do you try to do any pre-work other than just, okay, they're behind payments, but do you look at, it's especially for me, if I'm looking at multi-family units,
Hmm.
operating expenses and stuff, have you set with a calculator, or do you just go in and, I'm just trying to find out, what do you
I
use
got you.
as a way to measure, am I going to make money off of it, or is it just going to be, split even, or what?
Yeah, we don't do don't forget, we got investing and being an investor.
Okay.
Investing, we get paid later. Like you're investing on the first house you bought, right?
Right.
You don't get no money. That means you are investing in real estate. Investors like me, Eddie, guys we hang out with, unconventional way, investors get paid today and they get paid monthly and we get paid on the appreciation.
But that's what I want to do. Okay.
Yeah, we don't. I stopped doing that investing crap back in 08, 09. I'm done. I don't need to do no more investing.
Okay. Nobody's ever made that clear. Okay.
Well, that's why you're here. Yeah, clear, distinct thing, brother. If you're investing for the future, your house,
Uh-huh.
you're getting known it on monthly. You're losing. I could break it down on how much you're losing when you start doing repairs, but we'll just say you're breaking even right now.
Mm-hmm.
Investor, what we do, we get paid today, we get paid every month, and we get paid when we sell. Okay.
Oh, I like that. Okay. Well, teach me how to do that then. Definitely.
Okay. Yeah, it's just a mindset change. Ain't like it's that big. All right. Mostly families might be a little more challenging in regards to foreclosure location, but I mean, all it is a button.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maria, do you feel it's best to D for D or drive for dollars before having buyers? Yes. The buyers will come. She wants to know, is it better to drive for dollars? You should be driving for dollars every day, Maria. Buyers are like sharks in a bucket. We are waiting, locked and loaded with money, ready to go. If someone comes, like if somebody knocks on my door and says, "Hey, I got a deal. Can you close it next week?" Answer is always yes, because I'm going to find the money, because I'm going to make money on the deal. So it's like, yeah, the cash buyers will come.
Wow.
D. Howard, what's up? Milwaukee, holy cow. Maryland, Desiree. Russell, hey man, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, my brother. Thank you for appreciating the effort that we put into pour into your financial literacy. Yes, Chris, time for you to create some wealth, brother. Cash flow is one thing, but that wealth is what's going to really take you up. Warren, we're Northern Virginia. Let's get approved for apartment complex. That's possible. Beezer, you're back. Sean in New Jersey. Hey, Repo Bandit. Happy holidays, Chris. Been following for a while. Young entrepreneur. First potential flip seems to be a complicated process. Is a short sale. How do we go about a short sale? Carlos. Yeah, wow. Short sale. That's gonna be Carlos. That's gonna take too long to go over, man. I mean, I'm sorry, Carlos. I got a video on my channel that I can help you with that. But yeah, short sale. There's so many moving parts, man. All you got to do is stick in there. Don't let no realtor tell you that it can't be done, and don't let them tell you that the bank won't accept your low offer, because I have got over $100,000 of discount on one house for short sales. They say to do that by giving. Oh, yeah, Chris is giving so we can get. That's right. The more you give, the more you get. I don't know why it works. Any creative ways to get down payments faster? I'm presuming you're talking about from your tenant buyers. Well, this time of year, ain't nobody gonna have no money. Everybody's broke from Christmas. T. Tunstall, is your real estate group still active? No, I just do personal one-on-one coaching now. But yeah, I still email. Rodney, what up? My name is Inide. Been watching, really interested, but can I get your email? Oh, I'm sorry. I don't do phone because the phone would ring all day. Here's my email here. This is how Charles got in touch with me here too. And this is what we're doing. We're doing a one-on-one session to see how we can help you, if it's something that we can do. Oh, Eddie. Yeah, Eddie's saying those investors are telling you that, Charles, because they don't know the topic or they haven't practiced it, Charles.
Okay.
It's weird that you would think guys been in the game understand this stuff, right?
Yeah, I would think so. I don't know if it's just because the area, but it's weird. They're investors, but they're living in the conventional. You know, they even told me, man, if you got to cash all your credit cards or go get. Yeah. Because sometimes they hear these testimonials, like I think David Lindahl, he's one of these gurus, and he had a testimony that's how he started. I had all these credit cards and all this stuff, but that was my only way to finance it. So some people are trying to go the same path, but I don't think you have to. People have gone that path for a reason, and they come on YouTube to say, hey, you don't have to go around that path. There is some other ways, but people just want to follow someone else's path the exact way, and it just never happens.
You're right. And you know what? That's a good point. Say that again. Everyone, it's not just one path.
Yeah, it's not. We're all going to one goal, but there's so many paths, and it's hard to try to fit in somebody's path and try to do the exact same thing. It doesn't work, and you might not get out of that. There was a reason why that person got through that path, and some people, just like your first deal, you can't remember every specific thing, and I might hit that roadblock and don't have the little angel investor or a person that said, hey, let me help you out here. And so there's a lot of things, but if I get educated, and so that's what I'm doing, just getting educated.
Good, yeah. Eddie, that's a good point you made there, brother. Eddie Beams. Aaron, hey Aaron. This man says this man is for real. Thank you, brother Aaron. Robel. Can't tell you how many times I heard from someone tell me that creative financing doesn't work in real estate. Okay, so you're not alone, Charles. Oh, don't forget Tania. Yes, that's right. Please hit the like button down there, the thumbs up, so we can it can help us on our optimization on the description. Beezer, hey, Lassiter, what up? What up, Lassiter? Adam is in Kentucky. Wow, Arizona, Lily, Jason. Thank you for all that you're doing. You are welcome. You are welcome. God bless you. Happy New Year. Adria, Connecticut, Beezer. Yeah, I know she's in NY. Sean Little. Yes, you got to give your email, dog. I ain't doing nothing. You got to give up something. You want me to? I'm up here prostituting my body for free every day on YouTube. You got to at least give me an email address. Come on, man. Come on. I think that's it. The hardest part is starting this way. Hey, my brother's here. What up, my brother? Ronnie. Sharon, what are the referrals for? I came in a little late. Sharon, so your referrals, when you show up at somebody's house, a thick pile of referrals, so you can turn yourself from an annoying pest to a welcome guest. Just like I am with Charles right now. I can't just come to Charles' house and say, hey, Charles, I know how to do Subject 2, man. Let me tell you how to do it. Could you imagine? Could you imagine that? How would that conversation go?
That's what I was about to head to do, though, if I didn't talk with you.
You can't do that. You can't do that. You gotta have the magical words, the superpowers.
Right.
I don't want to hold you up. Okay, referral. Yeah, referrals is that. Welcome get annoying pest to a welcome guest. Rod has some deals on the table. Need your advice. Can I email you? Yeah, just send me. Yeah, my email's right there in the description, brother. Beezer says, good luck to you on your conquest. Be careful of the HIPAA laws. Patient doc information. Oh yeah. I don't think he. Flawless investments. Have I ever dealt with title companies not respecting your time, pushing closes back? Oh man, shit. I got one that's 30 days behind now, Flawless. That's
Right.
that's how it works. Gilon, what up, Chris? Wanted to know, have you ever wholesaled a sub 2 deal? Absolutely.
Hmm.
Oh my goodness, yes. Have I ever wholesaled Jalen, you can wholesale a sub 2 deal. Matter of fact, what's crazy is I got one right here. The people that I bought it and I didn't buy it, wholesaled it. You still get a referral from them. This couple here, they give me a referral, wrote something in there. Chris was able to make our experience easier than I thought it would be. He was a pleasure to work with, and I would recommend his services to anyone. This is a Subject 2 referral. You want to read this? Want me to read this one to you, Carl? I mean, Charles?
Yeah, go ahead. That's pretty
This
good.
is the house that I bought Subject 2 and I wholesaled it. We are the previous owners of XYZ. It's our pleasure to take this opportunity to speak on behalf of the credibility and professionalism of Chris Haskins and his team of investors. How you like that for an opening sentence?
I like that, man.
I typed it.
Scan that one for me.
Okay. Chris came by our house to talk about the situation. With us, we were moving because of my husband's job. After talking for a while, he discussed the time in which we wanted to have everything closed out because my husband had to start a new job out of town. Our time frame was already set, so things needed to work on a tight schedule. We did a walkthrough of the house and he liked it. Talk about me. He said he'd be interested in buying my house, but there was not much equity left after he would make the repairs. So we agreed he would simply take over our mortgage payments, plus give us some cash to make our move.
Mm-hmm.
This worked out for us, being that the payments were a few months behind and there weren't many options for us. He bought our house as is, and we didn't have to do any repairs to the house. Chris had all the paperwork done for me to sign and date. It was only a few pages, short and sweet, easy to understand. It has been a pleasure working with Chris. His attitude and integrity are world class, and we recommend anyone buying or selling a house to use Chris Haskins as his team of investors. Feel free to call us. There's cell phones right here. Feel free to call us anytime to answer any questions about my experience with Chris. Please describe in detail a specific experience with us that you are happy with below. And then this is the goal, the handwriting, dog.
Mm.
Can I help you? Recycle, bro. Recycle. So, oh my goodness. Yeah, so that's one I didn't even buy, Rod. I just wholesaled that one. I mean, I'm sorry, that was Jalen. Investors wholesale subject to, yeah, you can do that. That's no biggie. I can help you with that. I mean, you got to send me an email if you want the docs. So you get the house on the contract, you get all the documents signed, and then the good thing about wholesaling a subject to class, good God, I'm getting ready to give you one. Let me bring it around. I get excited. You're selling a house, right? But not only are you selling a house, you're selling financing too. So you are offering somebody the opportunity to buy a house, and you're giving them financing. Ooh. How many times have you ever even has a thought came in your mind? Somebody said, "You know, Charles, I'm gonna sell you this house, and I'm gonna finance you."
Wow.
I mean, that's just powerful, dog. It's powerful. So you can wholesale that subject too. You don't have to buy it. I mean, Charles, I don't recommend Charles wholesaling because he wants to create wealth. And you can't do that selling the assets. You can't win monopoly selling the houses. You just can't.
Okay. How long? What is your expectations of getting another buyer for subject? So I'm sure you, with your experience, you have a lot of leads. But if you talk to somebody tomorrow in the store, you know, if find it's a subject to, do you jump with it yet, or do you wait till you have some buyers on the back end, go ahead and start talking about it?
It all depends on how fast or slow you want to do it. I don't do like my boy Eddie is always looking for buyers, right? He's always
Right.
filling the pipeline. I manage renovations and I do lease options. So I've got a bunch of rental properties that I own, but they're on lease options. So when somebody doesn't pay, we get them out, and then we just look for a new buyer. I haven't had a problem, man. 3,000 is my average down payment is 3,000. I got signs that I'll show you that we put around town, and you can build your list just with rent to own signs, dog. Rent to own, no credit needed. I mean, those houses are gold, dude. Your phone's gonna ring. I've done these, man, in Florida. I've done them in Indiana. I've done them in Texas.
Yeah.
The phone rings off the hook when you see a sign that says "rent to own, no credit needed."
That's good. Yeah.
I mean, you can't lose, brother. How are you, man of God? Oh, I hope I am. Oh, he said, "How am I?" Okay, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, both of us. Yeah, I need a one-on-one. Rod, just send me an email. I do the same thing I did here. Flawless tips on renegotiating sales price. Tips on extending contracts. Oh my goodness, you need my book. Just go to if you need to renegotiate a price, Flawless. You need to download the Real Estate Negotiating Bible. Real Estate Negotiating Bible, and you can get it on Amazon. It's like $10.
Real Estate Negotiating Bible. Okay.
That's going to show you how to renegotiate the price. I give you some tips because sometimes you got to go back to your seller and be like, you know what, I told you I could do X, but I really can't. I need to do Y. So Flawless, go download that book. I can't. I mean, I got several different strategies to use, but we're out of time for the day. All right, Charles, I'm done.
Hey, I'm good. Look, this is good.
Anything else you want to add, brother, to the class for today? Subscribe to my channel, class.
They need to go ahead and get this one-on-one consultation ASAP. Everybody.
I appreciate that. I appreciate it. I got another one at 4 o'clock, so I'm gonna get off here so I can get ready. God bless you, Charles. Send me an email, and if you got any other questions, I'll see what I can do to help you.
Bless you, brother. Thank you.
Okay, Happy New Year, dog.